Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Random Rings. This is a series of very short animated shorts, and later on partially animated shorts, that are 2 minutes long each, and there's two seasons, about a total of 24 episodes, a 10 episode season and a 14 episode season. And it's really kind of a spin off of Big City Greens. You'll see here Grandma and Tilly. But it's mostly cricket crank calling, crank anchor style. Ask your parents. Uh, well, okay. I imagine people my age probably know what crank anchors is. Anyway, this is the very Disney version of crank anchors. There's never going to be a crank anchors at that level on Disney Plus. I tell you that right now. I don't care how far they crank up the parental controls. No, no crank anchors. In this situation, though, they animate the conversation between Cricket, who, one, as a small child who's probably about 8, is using both a landline phone and a phone book to call different businesses, like a pet store or a pawn shop, just random party store, things like that, just to ask for their help, ask for certain things. So yeah, a lot of these are actually pretty funny. They're only 2 minutes long. Actually, it's probably even less. They're like a minute and a half in many cases. They kind of round it up to 2 minutes. So they go really quick. I was gonna just watch like the first 10, like the first season, and then it was like, oh wait, Doctor Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb shows up in season 2. Okay, so I kept watching them, and they were actually really funny. And yes, a lot of these, you're like, are they real? Is this? I mean, is this a real? Like, some of the people are not amused by these pranks. Might be giving kids little ideas, because I think these were like interstitials. These are the things that would like show up in the bumps between TV series that are showing on the Disney Channel or Disney XD. So like you're watching this show, and then suddenly, while the commercials are running between commercials, they'll throw this 1.5 minute little thing with Cricket crank calling people, and then the next show starts. I guess. But eventually, it goes from actual phone calls, and I do think some of them were probably real. I think the reactions were pretty real. Some of them actually were amused. You can hear them laughing, and they play along, especially the Area 51 call. I'll have to watch that one. It's actually really funny, and then it morphs into Disney Channel self promotion, where Doofenshmirtz gets on a phone call with Grandma from Big City Greens, and they have a conversation. And like, yeah, cool crossover on a phone, but it's all scripted, obviously. I mean, at the best, maybe it was ad libbed. I don't know, but yeah, yeah, they become does that, and then it crosses over into like conversations with Cricket crank calls Raven Simone from her show, and yes, obviously scripted. There's also like a clip that I saw in, I think it was called One Magic Christmas, where Santa and Mrs. Claus are fighting against a female Scrooge, and then they get Cricket to crank call her in order to make her say she loves the holidays or something. That was like literally a scene in that show that we watched like years ago. I had to check. I think it was called One Magic Christmas. Yeah. So there's that, and then they start crank calling the zombies actors in the last two episodes. Like, so unless you're really into zombies or the Christmas stuff, it's you're best stopping about halfway through, about 2/3 of the way through the second season. Yeah, toward the end, it's just sort of petering out. When they start getting scripted conversations thrown in there, not as funny. But yeah, it's Tilly calling a wizard, the Area 51 thing, Tilly trying to call herself in the future, and they end up getting a girl at a bowling alley who is very amused by these two children, Cricket and Tilly, just yammering on about stuff. So yeah, some people play along, some people are completely annoyed. But either way, it makes for some fun little bits. So if you got time, just check them out. Especially, and honestly, I said this before. I've already watched the Big City Greens, the first couple episodes of it, and I love it. It's really funny. It's worth checking out if you get a chance. There's supposedly a third season of this eventually, because I saw that on IMDb. But so far, there's only 2 seasons of this, so on Disney Plus. So I imagine more are on the way at some point. But yeah, give it a shot. Could do worse. But yeah, it's unless you know. I mean, even if you don't know Big City Greens and the characters, you'll still get a kick out of it. It's still some pretty funny stuff without being offensive, without anybody getting their feelings hurt or anything. There's no weird cruelty to it. It's just pretty much lighthearted fun. So kids and adults can enjoy it. Okay, I guess all I can say about that. The next thing we're watching it tomorrow's Wednesday, and it's premiere day. Even though a lot of Marvel stuff has gotten and Star Wars stuff has gotten shifted around, like She-Hulk is a day late and Andor is 3 weeks late. Well, I think unless something has changed that I don't know about, I really pretty should have checked that out before I did this. Assuming they haven't changed anything between now and the time that I can watch it at midnight, I'm gonna watch I Am Groot. Yes, Groot, baby Groot, in fact, has his own series of shorts. Uh, Probably about, I don't know how long they are. They're pretty short, but there's only like 5 of them, I think, 5 or 6. But I might just plow through all of them, depending on if they make them all available at one time. I think I'm just going to plow through all of them because, hey, who doesn't like Baby Groot? Baby Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. If I'm not completely clear on that, if you don't know who Groot is, I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're doing tomorrow because these things were picked back before the 1000 day. And well, Groot wasn't because it was planned a while ago. This is something I'm choosing, and the other things will be just shifted back a day. I already know what the next 2 or 3 episodes are. So anyway, I'll see you back here tomorrow on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge with I Am Groot.